The Upanishads are a collection of ancient Indian texts that delve into profound philosophical and spiritual insights. Composed between 800 and 400 BCE, these texts are considered the culmination of Vedic thought, and are revered as the foundation of Hindu philosophy. They emphasize meditation, self-discipline, and contemplation as means to transcend the limitations of the material world, and attain a deeper understanding of existence. The Prashna Upanishad, a revered text in Hindu philosophy, explores profound spiritual inquiries through dialogues between spiritual seekers and sage Pippalata. In the first 3 chapters, 6 seekers approach the sage Pippalata with queries about the nature of reality, existence, and the path to self-realization. The sage responds by revealing the fundamental truths of the universe, emphasizing the importance of inner knowledge, and the connection between the individual soul, Atman, and the universal consciousness, Brahman. The initial 3 questions in the Prashna Upanishad center around exploring the relationship between cause and effect within the temporary, observable world. In contrast, the subsequent 3 questions delve into the essence of the self, which remains constant and unaffected by causes or evidence, presenting its truth intuitively. The 4th question of the Prashna Upanishad raises 5 fundamental questions about human experience during sleep and wakefulness. These questions inquire about what rests within a person during sleep, what remains active within them while asleep, and which internal deity or aspect is responsible for dreams. It also inquires on the source of happiness experienced by individuals, and the underlying basis of all these phenomena. In response, the Upanishad begins by comparing the withdrawal and dispersion of sensory faculties within humans to the sun's rays retreating and expanding. It suggests that during sleep, all the gods or sensory organs merge into the supreme deity of the mind, known as Manas. Some interpretations propose that in this state, the remaining gods cease their functions, and the core essence of an individual, their self, also slumbers. The Upanishad then introduces the 5 fire theory, explaining that the life force or prana remains active even during sleep. It suggests that the mind uses the breath's energy to nourish itself, and dreams are a form of mental enjoyment, where the mind rearranges and revisits past experiences in various ways. In deep sleep, it states that everything in an individual merges into the universal Atman Brahman, including physical elements, sensory faculties, and mental attributes. Having established these notions, the Prashna Upanishad defines Atman as the cosmic self, the all-encompassing consciousness that underlies all beings, and is the source of truth, beauty, and goodness. It asserts that genuine happiness and bliss in humans arise from a state of serene awareness and immersion in the Atman, a spiritual condition characterized by truth and profound understanding. The Prashna Upanishad's 5th section raises the question of what benefits a person would attain by sincerely meditating on the symbol Om until death. The Upanishad explains that through meditation, one seeks to understand the concept of self, Atman Brahman. It uses metaphors to illustrate different levels of meditation and the corresponding levels of knowledge acquired. Imagine you're embarking on a journey to climb a mountain. The mountain represents the understanding of the self, and reaching its peak signifies attaining the highest level of self-knowledge. In this metaphor, the first stage of your ascent corresponds to meditating on the initial sound of syllable A in Om. This level is like climbing the lower slopes of the mountain. While you might not reach the summit, you're still able to gain valuable insights. You learn the basics of mountain climbing, you become more equipped to handle challenges and setbacks, even if you haven't reached the pinnacle of understanding. As you continue your journey, you progress to the next stage where you meditate on both syllables A and U of Om. This is like climbing higher up the mountain, entering into the middle region. At this level, you not only gain ethical insights, but also develop a deeper understanding of the workings of the mind or manas. Just as you gain new perspectives and broader views of the landscape, as you ascend the mountain, meditating on the first 2 syllables of Om broadens your understanding of self and life. Finally, after much dedication and effort, you reach the summit of the mountain. This corresponds to meditating on all 3 syllables A, U, and M of Om. Here, you achieve full self-knowledge, equivalent to the panoramic view from the mountain's peak. Just as the summit offers a comprehensive perspective of the landscape below, meditating on all aspects of Om, grants you an all-encompassing understanding of the self. In this metaphor, the mountain climbing journey symbolizes the progression of meditation and self-knowledge, as described in the Prashna Upanishad. The sixth Prashna or question of the Upanishad commences with a captivating narrative, involving a prince who embarks on a quest for knowledge. This prince approaches a learned student with a rather enigmatic question: the whereabouts of an individual, comprised of 16 parts. The student's response to the prince's question is noteworthy in itself. Rather than attempting to fabricate an answer or feign knowledge, the student candidly confesses their lack of understanding. This response is underpinned by a fundamental ethical principle that condemns the act of providing false information when one lacks genuine knowledge. The student then asks this same question to sage Pippalada. The sage asserts that each individual, including himself, is composed of 16 distinct components. To contextualize this insight, reference is made to earlier Vedic texts, particularly the Samhitas. These ancient texts identify Prajapati, the divine creator, as Shodasin, a term denoting the one with 16 parts. These 16 parts are believed to symbolize the fundamental elements or aspects of creation. The precise nature of these 16 parts can vary across different interpretations, but they generally encompass a range of elements, such as the five senses, the mind, vital energies or pranas, and various facets of consciousness. By referring to Prajapati as Shodasin, the earlier Vedic texts emphasize Prajapati's all-encompassing creative power. This symbolism suggests that Prajapati isn't just a distant deity, but is intricately woven into the fabric of existence itself. When the Upanishad draws a parallel between the 16 parts of Prajapati and those of humans, it establishes a profound connection between the microcosm and the macrocosm. This connection implies that human beings are reflections of the divine creative force, possessing within themselves the essence of the cosmic order. The Upanishad's assertion that all humans also consist of 16 parts reinforces the idea that individuals are not separate from the divine or the universe, but are integral components of the grand tapestry of creation. In conclusion, the Prashna Upanishad encapsulates timeless spiritual wisdom that remains remarkably relevant in today's modern world. Its teachings emphasize the pursuit of self-realization through introspection and contemplation, guiding individuals towards a deeper understanding of existence, consciousness, and the interconnectedness of all life. By delving into fundamental questions about the nature of reality, the Upanishad encourages individuals to transcend material pursuits and seek inner fulfillment, fostering a balanced and harmonious approach to life's challenges. If you like this video, please do like, share, and subscribe to Vedas Demystified, and encourage us to create more of such interesting and informative content.